Good morning, you guys. Good to see you again here on Grassroots Gardening. We got a chilly morning here. We're mid-October, about 44 degrees this morning. Look at the steam coming up off the pond. But it is just an absolutely beautiful day again today. We've been hitting about 70 degrees, low 70s every day this week. It's just been about perfect. But I was just out here walking around in the yard this morning, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna take my YouTube buddies out with me and we're just gonna kick around for a little bit this morning. Got about an hour before gotta head back into the crazy world of work and go deal with all the issues of today. So I said, you know what, I wanna hang out with my buddies on YouTube. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna kick around the yard a little bit this morning and see what we can see. One of the first things that caught my eye from the porch up there, y'all, is this beautiful Oakleaf Hydrangea. Look at those red colors, man. I want to plant more of these in the yard. I think they're really underutilized for just their fall color. Not only do they have beautiful white flowers in the summertime, but just look at the red rust color on that, man. Especially with this morning sun coming in and shining on it. Really, really striking. And look here, our Pieris, or Japanese Andromeda, is getting ready for its winter flowers. This thing will flower in about February. Has really pretty little white flowers that hang down, and not a lot's flowering in February. So I'm glad that this guy made it. The ones we planted along the driveway, the deer ate most of them, unfortunately. This is kind of one of my favorite things to do, is just walk around the yard in the morning time. It's quiet. Just took my son to school. Oh, and the geese are coming somewhere. Let's see, thought they might be coming to our pond. Nope, looks like they're flying up to Rainbow Falls Lake. There's definitely some change in the seasons going on, y'all, with the temperature. All the birds, the migratory birds are moving, and I don't know, man. I love fall time, but for those of you who have watched any of my videos and know me, I hate winter. I don't like it when everything goes dormant. I know there's still fun stuff to do in the garden. I don't like being cold. I do like the fact there won't be as many mosquitoes and no snakes, but wintertime is just depressing to me, and I think that's one reason why I love Grassroots Garden Center, because we have the greenhouses, we have the tropical birds down there, and it stays summertime all year long down there, so that's kind of my wintertime escape down there. We got this really nice Nellie R holly. I don't see any berries on it this year. But this is one of my favorite upright hollies. Has a nice pyramid shape. I can't think of the right word. Is it pyramidal? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments below. Anyway, has a very nice pyramid shape to it. Gets up about 20-something foot tall. It is a berry producer. I don't know why we don't have any berries this year, but that's going to be a really pretty evergreen right down here on the corner of this bed. Let's walk down here to our bog area. Looks like it's getting ready to go to sleep here pretty soon. Hopefully I'm not blinding y'all with the sun. But look at this red stem thalia. This thing has really spread pretty rampant. I'm kind of worried about that just because I only planted 2 and I see them popping up in other places. But I do love those flower fronds and how they hang way out away from the plant. Hopefully y'all can see that good, but that is just really cool. Matter of fact, let's walk down to the edge of the pond and look at this one with its flowers hanging over the water. Man, that sun is bright this morning, you guys. Isn't that cool? Look at it. It's even still flowering. Got its pretty little white and purple flowers over the pond with that smoke or fog coming off of it. Man, that is it's kind of picture perfect right there if the sun isn't too bright. We got this nice little elephant ear down here in the bog. Forget which one that one is. A purple stem something or other. I can't remember if it had a cultivar name to it. And then these Cannas. Man, it is boggy down here. These Cannas love this bog situation though. You can see them flowering there still here in October. Pretty soon when we do get our first frost, which I'm bogging down, which should be in the next 2 to 3 weeks, those will die back, go dormant, and then come back in the spring. And then down here on the edge of the pond, we've got our bald cypress. The beaver came and chewed this thing all the way down to nothing about 2 years ago. I didn't think it was going to come back. Thank goodness it did. This is one of my favorite trees. This is a deciduous tree, so it'll lose all of its needles here pretty soon. But just a really beautiful shaped tree. And then hopefully what'll happen, it'll send some knees out into the water. I love how that kind of looks, kind of swamp-like. Those knees actually go up and help the tree breathe because it does grow in swamp-like conditions. Even out in the water, you've probably seen videos or pictures of cypress swamps, and you'll see those knees sticking up. And I think that's pretty neat how the tree has, evolved to where it can live in those super wet conditions and put those knees up just so it can breathe. And then I think we've got us an armadillo. And I don't think, I know because I saw him out here the other night, but they just go through the beds looking for earthworms and they'll dig these big old holes. Well, they do a lot of damage. I was about to say they don't do a whole lot of damage, but they can really come in and mess up some stuff. And we've got a camellia here that's budding up nice. So that'll give us some nice wintertime color come January, February-ish. A nice green color to it. We came down not too long ago and gave that guy some holly tone fertilizer. Got another little camellia right there. And one thing I've got to do a better job on, y'all, is tagging my plants. So recently I bought some of those little metal tags from Amazon and been tagging all my Japanese maples because it frustrates me. Because when I plant it, I look at it, I research it, I love the plant, and I say, oh, okay, I'll remember what that is, and I don't. But this bed is really coming together, you guys. It's about 3 years old, so, the old saying is, the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, the third year they leap, and we're seeing that come true in this bed. Like, for example, with this forsythia, here, look at all that new growth. But this bed's really gonna explode here in the next couple of years, probably next 2 years. Everything's gonna get established and get some nice size to it, and I'm excited to see that. Then over here by my old chicken pen, which I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, pretty much made up my mind I wanna get some more chickens in the spring. So I'm gonna get Luis down here to help me and get us a nice chicken run built on the back. I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube, and then I went to a farm over the weekend where they had animals, and I want chickens again. I know they're a pain in the butt, but I just want them. I want to be able to collect fresh eggs, come down here, just relax and watch them. So that's one thing we're for sure gonna do this winter, is get us a pen built. And then in the spring, maybe we'll order some, maybe from Murray McMurray Hatchery, get us a couple cool little breeds. And then I still want to work on getting the goats over here down in the swamp area that we talked about a few weeks ago. Had a lady come out and price some fencing for me. I think that'll be really cool. And then, man, just look at this beautiful, almost purple rose. I don't know if y'all can see the dewdrops on the leaves and the petals, but just absolutely breathtaking this morning. And then look at the buds on this Sasanqua camellia. They're just about to burst. So these probably next month will open up. This one's a real pretty, almost purple, similar to that rose color we just looked at. But I mean, look, it is loaded down with buds. I was saying bulbs. Loaded down with buds. That thing is gonna be fantastic here next month. And then right here, we've got a nice big tea olive, Osmanthus fragrans. This thing was in full bloom just last week. The flowers aren't very showy, just these little white ones, but man, they smell heavenly. They smell just like a pretty lady. Been one of my favorite trees my whole life, just because when I smell that fragrance, it reminds me of my childhood, because Dad's got them planted absolutely everywhere in his yard. Let's head back up towards the garden area. We got a pepper tree that needs some serious attention. A nice salvia still blooming down there. And then our dwarf banana still sending up new leaves. I love how they just unfurl like that. Banana is one of my favorite ornamental shrubs. Man, it's cold this morning, you guys. I got a fire inside. I can see the smoke coming out of the chimney, and I want to go get by it, but we got a few little things I still want to show you guys. So we're up here on the patio now. Hot tub looks pretty damn inviting. These dichondra are still doing really good that we put in the welcome pots. Love how they're spilling out onto the deck. But what I really want to show y'all, and I can't even believe it, look at this daggum green stalk vertical planter. Isn't that nuts? This thing has really impressed me. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Y'all can see it with your own eyes right now. It has just grown incredibly. I mean, the cabbage is getting huge. The kale looks fantastic. Broccoli's coming along. And look at all this butter crunch lettuce and some of our red lettuce down here. This thing has been incredibly easy. Now again, they don't sponsor me. I do sell them down at the garden center, but they're not paying me to say this. But this thing has just really shown out, man. I absolutely love it. It's so easy. You just put your water in the top reservoir, which you can't see because all the plants have gotten so huge. But you just put your water in the top reservoir and it waters everything for you. I do like the spinny base because you can just take and spin it around so the ones, the side that isn't getting as much sun, you can just spin it around to adjust that. And then just for harvesting, I mean, you just simply spin this thing around. You can pick your lettuce or what have you. Won't be long, we'll be getting some broccoli off this thing. Then as we go up the steps here, y'all gonna see our pepper issue. This is our chili de arbol that we planted last spring, and it has gone nuts. So much so, and it's got so many peppers on it, so the dang thing has just fallen over. So I brought us up a bamboo stake, and we're gonna get him tied up right now, and then need to go ahead and start harvesting some of these peppers. But oh my God, that's heavy. Good gracious at the peppers. Let's see here. Hopefully y'all can see. Got y'all clipped to the raised bed here, but this thing has got several pounds, and hopefully it doesn't break. I let it lean over for a little bit too long. I'm gonna take and stand it back up. Get our bamboo stake over here next to it, shove that in the ground, and then just simply tie a little bit of twine around it and get her back upright. I just can't believe the amount of peppers on this tree. So chili de arbol, if you translate it from Spanish, is chili tree. And I think they named it appropriately. What y'all think? And our potatoes are doing really good. We're gonna dig those up real soon. And you remember from our garlic video, look what's popping up. And our kale up here in the raised bed is doing good. The mustard greens, super healthy. Big old cabbage up here. Collards are looking fantastic. Broccoli's looking great. And remember that lettuce that we planted over here on this end? It's doing good, but I don't think it's getting enough sun because that lettuce down in the green stalk is kicking this's butt. And honestly, I'm quite surprised too, but the green stalk vertical garden is outdoing our raised bed. Now the raised bed's kind of coming back on. It's pretty strong right now. Everything's looking really good. But that dude down there, maybe due to the fact that it's got a little bit more sun out there on the porch, but nonetheless, that is a pretty incredible growth rate for a actual vertical planter. But it won't be long, guys, and we're gonna be out here harvesting some of these greens, making us some cooked collard greens and some salads. We'll see how many potatoes we can dig up. These peppers are a little bit too hot for me, so I think I'm gonna pick them and take them over to my friends at the Mexican restaurant that's across the street, see what they can do with them. And then if you remember our tomato transplant, it is, in fact, another Roma. So a little disappointing. I was hoping it was something different, but either I threw one of these guys over there or the raccoon might have ate one and transported them. But anyway, the little transplant that we did in fact turn out to be another Roma, but maybe we can get a few red ones here before the frost comes. That's kind of cool. They got gardening on the TV, y'all. I had to come inside because my hands are absolutely freezing. We got a nice fire built in the fireplace, and it is warm in here. And this dude, oh sorry Joker, over here just passed out on the window ledge, living the good life. But nonetheless, when I came in, turned the TV off, they were talking about that Carolina Reaper, which we grow down at Grassroots. And there's a guy up in Rock Hill, Smoking Ed, can't remember his last name, but I did speak to him on the phone when I was ordering some of the seeds to plant there at the garden center. Super nice guy, so that's kind of neat. Gardening's everywhere, you guys. Well, hey, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Go check out some of our other videos, and other than that, the more you know, the more you grow, and I'll see you on the next video.